absolutely beautiful astrology soulmates. It's me, Stormie Grace, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for the week of May 23rd, where this week, like the big hot ticket item that we really do have on the table is that Mars and Jupiter are going to meet in this conjunction, and it is just such a big blast of energy that I think in whatever way it needs to touch our lives and our world, this is really something we've been looking forward to. As well, we will have Mars move into the energy of Aries, and that transition alone pulls us quite powerfully out of the water and onto the field of life. So really, lots to look forward to in the dynamics of energy this week. Now, I want you to keep in mind, if this is your first time here or if you're back again, welcome, that we are still having year 2 of the YouTube Academy, and make sure you click in the link below this video over to the website or check the community tab of this page so you can see what's going on, follow the schedule for the YouTube Academy as well. Now, we will have our first teacher coming back to answer questions over her video we've been rewatching, and you still have time to rewatch, on dignities and abilities. Melissa LaFara will be here on the 25th, and we will have her live for Q&A, so make sure you are ready to jump in and join us. And I will actually be your next teacher in on June 8th. So click in the links below this video in the description box for all sorts of information, readings, YouTube Academy, how to find the transits in your chart, whatever you need. I've made things available for you down below, okay? All right, you guys, let's get in here and talk about what's going on this week. So first of all, coming into the week on Monday, really nice configurations of energies to work with. We first of all have the sun in a really lovely sextile to Jupiter. So now the sun is over in the energy of Gemini. Of course, Jupiter is in the energy of Aries right now. As these two come together, they really are a nice blast of energy forward, because the sextile creates the pocket of opportunity, but then we are intelligently taking action on that opportunity, okay? So this is an air-fire sextile, so it's really this thought I have of what are the ideas that you have, and you've been waiting maybe, or you needed more information, and now you have the energy to take action. Now, to further support this on this day, we've also got Mercury in a sextile to Mars, okay? Mercury in Taurus, Mars still in the energy of Pisces at this point. Now, this is a strategic energy, okay? This is the mind meets action. But in this particular case, it's also the mind meets heart-based, intuitive action, right? Intuitively, Pisces, where do I feel like I need to move? So between the sun and Jupiter and Mercury and Mars happening together on Monday here, this is a fantastic energy for you to stop and consider a strategy that you are working with, maybe a strategy that you need to come up with. Is this a time where you feel like I really need to write? I need to process through some things, but I have to get them on paper. I think this is a wonderful pen and paper kind of day. Really, the other thing that I think is so phenomenal about this energy and the strategy, having to see it maybe on pen and paper, is that you cannot delude yourself about a pattern that is coming up, right? If you're writing and you're journaling about yourself, or you're writing and you're journaling about a project, and you keep seeing that you're getting stuck in the exact same place, we can think ourselves out of all sorts of ideas or into ideas, right? We can talk ourselves into and out of all kinds of ideas, but when we put pen and paper down, you just cannot deny a pattern that is being shown to you. So as you feel this transit throughout the day, this combination of transits on Monday, allow it to help you focus in on, okay, well, what's the strategy based on what I've seen that I can use to create positive change and move me forward? Now, we will see Mercury and Mars coming together again in another little dance in in July. We've already seen it in April and May, and now we'll see it again in July. So take that to heart. What are you going to do with this information in your pocket? What are you going to do with this on your Monday, okay? Now, when we get to Tuesday, nice configuration as well. We see Venus in a sextile to Saturn. Venus is over in the energy of Aries and Saturn in the energy of Aquarius. Okay, so we've got another air-fire sextile here. And as Venus and Saturn travel together, this is attractive stability. This is the decisions I'm making to purchase something, changes in my relationship, changes in my space for what I find to be pleasurable. They all make sense. They have nice access to Saturn, which is grounding it. So it allows you on this day and in this time to know that whatever you are activating is grounded here and will help you advance. Now again, take note of when this is happening, because we're going to see it again in December. What's happening for you between now and December? What decisions are you making about your needs, or where do you feel like, even in a sextile, sometimes we need to merge our energy with another person, place, or thing. And we want to know that we're making the very best decision possible, right? This is a wonderful energy to know that you are, in fact, doing that. Plus, hopefully you've done some good evaluation as Monday rolled around to see what your strategy is. What are you driven for? What are you driven towards? Is that system you set up now on Tuesday, is it going to be able to make you money, bring value, bring whatever it is that you're trying to attract into your life, okay? Now, as we get midday on Tuesday, we're going to see the moon move into the energy of Aries. And I signaled that to us this week because I don't know about you guys, but it's like, I feel like there's little pockets. We need these little pockets of energetic bursts, but also permission to follow that lunar energy, to come back home, stop for a second, be now in the energy of Aries and say, okay, right, let me check in on myself. Aries, myself, my physical being, my physical body. Is what I'm doing selfish? Where do I need to check in and be a little bit more selfish because I'm moving too much out here, right? These are great questions as the moon comes into Aries to see, where do I need to put my own oxygen mask on first? And in a couple days, the moon's going to take that move forward and get into the energy of Taurus, and then we'll have different reflections. But remembering to come home and to check into this, I think, is a really profound need that we've got to remember to call back into our lives. Now, later in the day on Tuesday, we're going to see Mars move into the energy of Aries as well. So it's like, did you do an emotional check-in? Because now the action, your drive, your physical movement, what you're doing is going to kick into Aries gear. Okay, we're going to be ready to go here. So as the Mars moves into the energy of Aries all the way throughout July, so you've got some time to work with this. We're ready to go. We're ready to do. I'm ready to move me. I'm ready to not just be impulsive, because Mars and Aries can be impulsive. And sometimes you need to be impulsive. You need to just take the leap and do it because it's right there, right? But not just be impulsive, but be a bit more assertive about what I need. Taking new action, just getting out here and being willing to physically have a different level of hustle available to us. And that hustle can be your hustle towards actively doing a project. It can be your hustle towards actively chilling, gardening. What do you need in your world? And where in your chart is Mars lighting up this Aries energy and asking you to pay attention to it? The other thing I will tell you, while Mars is in Aries, I would love for you to pay attention. Treat yourself like the princess and the pea, okay? Right? Remember that? The princess had 75 mattresses built up on this one little pea. Okay, what is irritating you? Underneath all of the things, or even in your immediate space, is that lamp being placed over there just on your nerves? You can't really explain why. What is irritating you and kind of got a little thorn in your paw for some reason? Go there. Go there. What is that about? And not even if it's irritating like it's making me angry, but it's irritating like I walk past this corner and for some reason I'm not vibing with it, or this person comes into my space and I have an intense reaction to it. It doesn't always have to be negative. It can be very positive. Go towards what a particular vibration is pointing out to you, or putting a little pressure on your paw. That's another phenomenal use of Mars in Aries, is to figure out what needs to be broken down, where you need to take some action to either accept things as they are or make some adjustments if they need to be there, okay? Now, Wednesday, Mercury is going to move into a nice trine with Pluto. And remember, the trine offers a pocket of opportunity and an energy of ease that is available here. So Mercury being mental, our Plutonian energy being also retrograde at this time, but opening to change. Now, when I think of these two coming together. Wednesday is factual information. I'm digging for information. I'm looking for truths. What's really going on here? I need important information. And maybe it's not even that you need important information in a mysterious situation. Maybe you got to call a government office and you need the information. You're a research person. You're writing something. You're dealing in collaboration and you're like, hey, I'm missing pieces of information. I need to get that. Mercury Pluto allows that to happen with a bit more ease. Now, it also, with everything else we've seen ourselves available to engage with since Monday, it also opens us to a space where we can explore our own thinking differently, or we can read a different book, hear a different podcast, drive a different direction, walk a different direction, just for the curiosity of things, and watch what symbolism or watch what little messages pop up for us because we were willing to just try something different. Go back to something that we've already seen with a different perspective. Now, we're going to see this configuration again when we get into June, August, September, and October. So plenty of chances to walk down different streets and have a different exploration with yourself. Okay? As we get to Thursday, we're going to see Venus in a square to Pluto. Now, when we're having a square, you guys know I like to find the most positive ways to use it, but we have to keep in mind that a square does bring out the shadow aspects of both sides of the planet. So it's just depending on where you're at in your own development, how easily you can access using it at a different level, okay? Now, keep in mind that Pluto is still retrograde here. So as Venus and Pluto are coming together, I'm telling you, sometimes you have to have a breakdown before you have a breakthrough. And not every breakthrough is critical mass. But this week we've been talking a lot about writing, seeing yourself, seeing your patterns, seeing it all on paper so that we can not say that this is not really what's going on, because I can think one thing, I can say another thing, but once I see it in black and white and on paper, or when the pattern has presented itself has been repeating to me, then I can say, okay, this is really who I am. This is really what I'm working with right now. This is really what scares me. This is really what I love. This is really what I'm good at. Whatever the truth is that we've been exploring all week long, as we get to Thursday and Venus and Pluto are squaring against each other, I ask you, are you more current? Is a more current and honest version of yourself showing up to participate in this transit? Because that's what it's asking for. It's like, hey, you've seen something, you've experienced something in a different way. Now, what will we do with it? What changes do we need to make? And what kind of changes are we going to make? Mars and Aries. About me. What is good for me? What is the best for me? How do I love me? How do I care for me? How do I take the space that's mine in my home and say, this space is mine. I'm going to do with it what I need to do. It's not a selfish energy when it gets aligned with the universe. Then it becomes an act of self-care as opposed to pure unselfishness, everybody be about me. So I think as Venus and Pluto come together, whatever the breakdown in the transformation of love, of money, of the relationship of you with you, of you and the ideas of pleasure or stability, whatever has been going on, the more honest version of ourselves shows up on Thursday because it's more informed, it's more willing to explore and to make the changes that you can, right? The courage to change the things that I can is really what I think Thursday calls to us. Now, we're going to get down to Saturday this week, and Venus blows out of that Aries energy and moves into Taurus, okay? Domicile, at home, delicious, decadent. These are the words I would love for you to breathe in as we roll into Saturday, because this is the space where Venus is just putting off the energy, the flames, the fire to strengthen you here, to strengthen your endurance, your stability, your understanding of pleasure, the relationships in your life to say, are these still vibrant? Are they pleasurable? Is there security here? Is there love here? Is there romance? Is there play? Are the values? Am I in relationship with myself and with others, with my space, with, with my business partner, where our core fundamental values are the same and we are working from the same place? What needs to be adjusted, if anything, right? Because if you're starting to look around your life with this updated, current, more honest version of yourself, and you're finding out, I'm not in alignment with these ideals that are around me. I'm not in alignment with ideals that I set for myself. How can I bring them current? Venus helps to do that in a way that I think is very gentle, is very loving, is very pure, but it is delicious, it is decadent, and it is pleasurable, okay? Now, on Sunday, here we are. Jupiter and Mars come together in their conjunction. Now, I really think about, please, everything we've talked about all week, the reflection plus the action, right? Who am I? How am I moving? Is that honest? If it is, I can selfishly move forward aligned with the universe, knowing I'm in alignment with the universe, not just that I'm being a selfish cow, right? And then I come to this Mars-Jupiter point and I get to go out. Like, confidence is the word. Confidence, courage, assertiveness, action, movement. I'm healthy. I'm out here. I'm moving in ways that are appropriate for the space that I am in. I am creating an energy of trailblazing fire and expansion as I move. That's Jupiter and Mars. Now, when we're moving in integrity, we're moving in some kind of honesty, right? We move with that level of courage and magnetism that needs to be available for us. It can be so positive. And I will tell you, this is a day moving from Sunday all the way, I think, through middle of next week, where if you are doing you and you are taking initiative in your life, this too is going to help you see the people, places, and things that are not in alignment with you anymore. Because when you're moving in a healthy way, what you can also create is people who are jealous of you, people who don't like to see your success, people who are in your face saying, I'm absolutely rooting for you, and they're not. They just want to be close to your fire, or they want to try and get close and know the recipe of how you're living and bringing abundance into your space and healing for themselves. They want it, right? But it can create an energy around you that will show you, I think, some true colors of yourself with other people and yourself and other people with you. So I caution you on this day as well. You know, if you're expanding in a way that is vicious and it is not grounded in some honest, integrity-based movement, that is your lesson to learn. But I'll also ask you to look this day. Where are you hanging on with other people, places, and things because you're trying to catch their fire instead of initiating your own? And where can you also be living and moving in your fire? And you have to make space. We have to make space for people to fall from us and for us to fall from the places that we don't belong anymore either. A lot of integrity gets called into this. Now, I'll say too, on a global stage, I think that this is very big. I think that this is a push of goodness, of just goodness that we have needed on this globe for several months. So I think that this is going to create a really big energetic stamp for all of us to work with. So please work with it very well. Now, as we're going to close out Sunday and get ready for next week, we're going to end with the moon in the energy of Gemini, and whoo, don't we need it? Don't you need it? Don't you feel like it's a lovely way to end the week where you're like, I'm with my friends, I'm with my tribe, I'm with the right people, I'm writing down, I'm participating in consciousness, I am letting new neurons and new networks fire in me because I've created space for them this week. I'm listening to my body. I am listening to the conversation and the networking of my body with what I need to eat, how I need to move this week, what I need to tune out. You know, there's just a lot of emotional wellness that I think is available to us when the moon moves into Gemini, because it really calls us to do what Geminis are actually practicing to do the best, and that is to listen. Right? Geminis are phenomenal talkers, but really when they develop and they evolve, and we evolve these areas of our chart, they're phenomenal listening spaces. So where is Gemini in your chart, and where are you developing these sacred ears to really, really listen? All right, my beautiful friends, this is a little bit longer forecast this week. I think there was a lot to say, a lot to peel through. I hope you are doing well. Please let me know in the comment section down below, how are you doing? Now, you're going to see the videos recorded for the next couple weeks because I will be gone. It's time to head out to Norwalk. So I love you. If I'm going to see you there, I look forward to connecting. And if not, I will see you here online, okay? Bye, my beautiful friends.